The Secret Life of a River Stone. Journey to the Sea. Welcome back. It's time for another story from Tales by Moonlight. Long ago, high in the silent mountains, a massive boulder stood proudly among the cliffs. For centuries, it watched the skies shift from dawn to dusk, felt the snow settle on its shoulders, and listened to the winds whistle through the valleys. But even mountains are not eternal. Rain seeped into tiny cracks, frost split the stone in winter, and the blazing sun warmed it until, at last, a piece broke away. That small fragment tumbled down the slope, clattering and bouncing until it landed in the bed of a mountain stream. That fragment was the beginning of a river stone's secret journey. The current quickly claimed it, swirling and dragging it over sharp rocks. The stone felt the rush of icy water pressing it forward. It was no longer part of the silent mountain. It had entered a world that never stood still. Every bump, every scrape against other rocks chipped away its roughness. Slowly, its jagged edges softened. The river stone was not alone. All around it, countless companions traveled, sand grains so small they danced with the current, fallen leaves drifting gently on the surface, twigs and branches swept along after a storm. Some companions were left behind, stranded on sandbanks or caught between roots. But the stone pressed on, carried faithfully by the river's endless pull. Days turned into seasons. In spring, the melting snow filled the river until it roared with power, tossing the stone farther and faster than before. In summer, the water ran low and gentle, and the stone rested in shallow pools, watching fish dart above and dragonflies skim the surface. Autumn rains awakened the river again, swelling it with force. And in winter, the surface froze in places, but deep below, the current still tugged at the stone, whispering, "Forward, always forward." Before we continue with the story, please love, like, and subscribe. Turn your notification for more wonderful story like this. Thanks. Through these countless seasons, the stone began to understand patience. It could not fight the flow. It could only trust it. Every twist in the riverbed, every waterfall, every quiet stretch was part of a much greater journey. Over the years, perhaps even centuries, the stone changed. It was smaller now, smoother than ever, polished by time and struggle. The river had been its teacher, shaping it not in a day, but in thousands upon thousands of gentle and rough moments. Finally, after a lifetime of traveling, the river widened. The rushing current became broad and calm, carrying the stone into a vast delta. Here, the water no longer hurried. It spread out in shimmering channels, winding past reeds and mangroves. Birds circled overhead, Fish darted between roots, and the river whispered its last farewell. I have brought you this far. Now the sea will take you. The stone rolled gently into the salty embrace of the ocean. Waves lifted it, dropped it, and pulled it farther out. On the shore, it rested for a time, kissed by tides that rose and fell beneath the endless sky. Its journey was not over. The sea would one day break it into sand, scattering it along beaches, carrying it across distant shores. Perhaps even beginning the cycle anew in the mountains once more. And so, the secret life of a river stone is a tale of transformation. From a sharp fragment of a mountain to a smooth pebble of the sea, every trial shaped it, every challenge polished it. The river stone's journey reminds us that we, too, are shaped by time and by the currents of life. Every hardship smooths our rough edges. Every turn teaches us patience, and every ending is simply another beginning waiting to unfold. Another tale ends, but the moon still watches. Let its light guide you until we meet again. For more timeless stories told under the stars, here on Tales by Moonlight.